I hope you are having a wonderful time. I'm your host Hassan Prottoy and you're watching the live session of TalentHut Online Language Club. In this session, we're going to discuss an interesting topic today, which is about what is the alternative of social media. সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া অল্টারনেটিভ কি জিনিস হতে পারে সেটা নিয়ে আজকে আমরা ডিসকাস করব এবং for the first discussion I would like to invite our esteemed member Mr. Asaduজ্জামান. Are you there? শুনতে পাচ্ছেন?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so at first tell me, how was your day at office?
The day was busy for office, and
Okay.
our office just our season running uh, plantation, tobacco, and we contact farmers and others.
Okay, so you had a field day, right? This is called a field day. You
Yeah,
have to. So, do you enjoy the field trips?
of course.
Okay.
Uh, I always enjoy the field trips.
And do you share your field trip pictures on social media like Facebook?
The sometimes I shared uh, picture and shared in social media.
Okay, that's really good to hear. So, how often do you use social media regularly?
The- when I free and a leisure period, I was the Facebook.
Okay. So, suppose you have to give up using Facebook. So, what would you do in that time?
Uh, uh, Please repeat it.
Suppose there is no Facebook, or you are not going to use Facebook. You have no options to use Facebook. So, what would you do in that time as alternative?
Yeah, ultimately, that times I read newspaper and storybooks and watch TV uh, and uh, and YouTube's etc.
Okay, so there was a time when there was no social media like Facebook, Instagram, and whatsoever. So, how did people spend time that time, like that age?
People should uh, that times they play games and reading the book, newspaper, reading newspaper and watch TV and game show and was game show and cinema, was cinema etc.
Okay, that's really great to hear. So, do you think there will be a bad effect on people if they give up Facebook, or will there be a negative effect?
Of course, Facebook have a negative, many negative effect, many negative effect in Facebook because many news published in Facebook it false news. So they get the false news, and sometimes they are cheated from the social media.
Yes, and I think using social media, so many of the people are committing frauds, and Facebook is always, or the profiles are always full of fake things. That's a great reason. So, do you think these will decrease? Suppose false news and rumors if we stop using social media?
Of course, of course, stop the source of identify the source of news
Yes.
and active active in the actual source. Uh, Otherwise, uh, inactive their false news sources.
Well, that's a good option. Yes, people should actually verify the authenticity of this news. So, thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Asad, for sharing such a nice opinion. And I hope that I think you are or you are used to live without social media because you spent your childhood and you spend your time in a time when Facebook was not available. So thank you for sharing your
Yeah,
opinions, and I really enjoyed talking with you. Take care. Have a nice time.
yeah.
Enjoy the evening.
Uh,
Okay, for the next one, I would like to invite Mr. Sami Rahman. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm hearing you.
Okay, so do you want to do conversation or presentation?
To conversation with.
Okay. So at first, I would like to ask you, how much time do you spend on Facebook or social media, to be exact?
Yeah, well, actually, I'm habituated on social media. Lots of friends up there, so we are chatting up there, and I waited for some information. Be also there. So it's a it's a long time I am in a social media. So daily we are used to minimum half an hour or 1 hour also expend on social media,
So do you use
especially on.
social media on bed while you were trying to sleep? Do you use social
Yeah,
media on bed?
obviously, I think it's very bad. Suppose when I I have concentrated in my work on the office, that time some of the time even I did not more efficient on work. Some on the message are coming. Some of I am waiting. Some interested message also be there. So
Yes.
it's obviously effect on our work, and it's obviously out of office. When you need to be more spend your
Attentive.
time with your family or with your the other guy or your friends also chatting there in live or tea stall. That time we are habituated alternative on social media. That's being very annoying, and the relationship will be day by day like look like distance. So I
Yes,
think obviously it's very harmful.
deteriorate or decrease the depth of relationships. That's really
Yes.
good point. So, Mr. Sami, can you tell me that if you are able to give up the social media, what would happen? যদি সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া ছেড়ে দিতে পারেন তাহলে কি হবে?
Obviously, it will be very great when I you when I try to reduce our social media. That time, suppose we are we are playing, we are habituated on childhood. So in our present life, people spend to talk with family when they in leisure time, but uh, alternatively we are using in social media. So it's very bad, and even though in my life even when I get any leisure time, I'm obviously using social media, but sometimes in a day I didn't call my mother. So my mother called back to day after tomorrow. What happened, Sami? Why you didn't call me? I forget this, but this is my very precious job to call my mother and talking
Yes,
with
yes,
him. So I
definitely.
avoid this only for social media. So also be there, the people will be will be more efficient on their work, which I feel that some we are. I already told you when I'm working on when we are working on my desk, or you are in a busy for meeting also be there. That time the social media, some of the people messaging to you, calling to you, it's very bothering. So when you need to be a good efficient on your work, so that time I feel so when avoiding social media, it's very effective for efficient, and people also will be habituated to your study when you get free the leisure time they can reading or something. But I think nowadays people are not like that studying or reading a novel or reading anything. so they are habituated on social media. So when you ever social media, that time people are alternatively chose the studying, reading something. So I feel that definitely when we avoid the social media, that time it will be back to my life, and when it's more overall as a social man, and getting a good knowledge also with there.
Okay, that's a nice speech, and I definitely got one point from your speech that social media are making us socially detached. As you mentioned
Yes.
about the incident with your mother, you forgot to call your
Yeah.
mother due to social media. You were engaged in social media and you forgot to call her. So I think that's a good
Yeah. Yeah.
point. And if we give up the social media,
Sir,
perhaps we will be
happens.
more social in real life.
Yeah.
That's a great point. So, Mr. Sami, thank you for your nice points and conversation. I really enjoyed your speech, and hopefully, I'll talk more with you later. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you,
Enjoy
sir.
the evening.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. So, Isra Jahan ma'am, are you there? Shudha Bachchan?
जी सर
Yes, sir. বাংলা বলা যাবে না তো কনভারসেশন করছি না সো ম্যাম
सर
ওকে ওকে জাস্ট a minute.
স্যার আমি আপনাকে শুনতে পাচ্ছি না আচ্ছা
Okay, thank you for your patience, Israt ma'am. So, I would like to ask you that have you thought about giving up social media? কখনো চিন্তা করেছেন সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া ছেড়ে দেবেন?
जी सर I
Same thing.
I always try try to eat social media quit social media quit from social media.
Okay. হ্যালো।
জি স্যার আমি শুনতে পাচ্ছি
আচ্ছা, এভাবে কেসে কে মারা যাচ্ছে? আচ্ছা দেখি একটু বাকিদের মিকে মিউট করে দিচ্ছি। ওকে, হ্যাঁ ম্যাম কন্টিনিউ। So you are trying to give up the social media, but do you know the reason why you cannot?
উম,
মানে কারণটা খুঁজে
এক-
পেয়েছেন যে আপনি বলছেন যে চাইছেন সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া ছেড়ে দিবেন। আমরা সবাই চাইছি কিন্তু পারছি না। কেন? Why? What could be the reason? কারণ কি হতে পারে?
স্যার I guess it behind many reasons. Uh, because most of the people yeah, is very attractive to social media. Um, mm,
Yes,
in
sometimes addictive also. Not only attractive, they are also addictive.
Yes, sir. Addictive to social media. So it's very difficult to quit from social media. But I'm trying to heart and soul quit from social media. I used to use use more time social media before taking IELTS preparation, but now I do less.
Okay, so ma'am, what do you suggest we can do in the replacement of social media? Social media পরিবর্তে আমরা কি করতে পারি? What is the alternative thing we can do?
Yes, sir. Social alternative to social media as we can reading a book, reading interesting book or a novel,
Yes.
After that, we can play with kids because
Kids.
especially I like very much kids. And I like spend the time with kids. And personally, after that, I personally go to shopping. When I get much time, I go to shopping. And it would can spend time gossiping with a favorite person,
Yes.
friends and family member. And then we can trip to many attractive places such as Cox's Bazar, Kuakata, and many different attractive place of our country. And I think most of the people joining when they much time there, they join to as a social worker.
Yes, that's a good point. People can work as a social worker or volunteer. They can do volunteering services. That's a good point.
Yes, sir.
So, do you hope that you will be able to free yourself from social media completely in one day? কোনো একদিন আপনি কি পারবেন যে সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া থেকে পুরোপুরি আলাদা হয়ে যেতে? What's your opinion?
Yes, sir. Because I am very confident. I have much confident in my mind. If I try, I will success remove quit from it social media.
Okay, let's hope for the best. And I really liked your points. And as the alternatives you mentioned, suppose spending time with family members, going out for a tour, playing games, gossiping, reading books. These are really good topics, and hopefully, our next participants will be able to talk more regarding this. So, thank you, ma'am, for sharing your opinion. And I am glad I got this opportunity to talk with you. Take care and enjoy the
Thank you,
evening.
sir.
Okay. সো দিস ওয়াজ রিয়েলি গুড কনভারসেশন এবং বাকিটা আশা করি এখান থেকে পয়েন্ট নিতে পেরেছেন অনেকগুলো অল্টারনেটিভ বলেছেন গসিপিং প্লেইং আউটসাইড ফ্রেন্ডদের সাথে ফ্যামিলি মেম্বারদের সাথে টাইম স্পেন্ড করা ঘুরতে যাওয়া বাচ্চাদের সাথে খেলা করা আবার পোষা প্রাণী থাকলে আমি বলবো যে ইউ ক্যান স্পেন্ড টাইম উইথ পেট অ্যানিমাল অলসো সো মিস্টার আব্দুল আল মাসুম সম্ভব হবে কনভারসেশনে জয়েন করা
Yes, sir.
Okay, so don't try to put much pressure on your voice. Just let's have a small chit chat regarding this topic. Okay, so you can just share your opinion regarding this. What is the alternative of social media?
Thank you, sir. Uh, I think it is each of the item when come or come to our hand, we can use two types. First one is bad side, another is good side. It depends the on our mindset, user mindset, user mindset. If I want to tell you honestly, most of the guys are use this social media just a just as addicted person. But if you think we can easily connected in our globe through the social media. If the social media quite, I think the our development or our communication fall. We cannot think without social media. If I want to use this social media for the positive purpose, but so I cannot think that it is actually possible for me or others person to left the social media. So we cannot cut up our head. We want to use it as a friendly environment. We need to increase our awareness to use the social media. I think if we can do this or spread this awareness to the mass people, I think day by day we can use this social media as a productivity purpose.
Points you talk from a different perspectives overall. We were just thinking about what is the alternative of social media we can think, but you pointed out another thing, that what is the solution or the mitigation of this problem that social media is causing us so harm. You were describing it as a tool that can be used for good or bad purposes depending on the user mindset. So thank you, Mr. Masum. I really got some good points, and I think you have a different way of thinking, and that's quite good. This is called out of the box thinking, right?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so take care and take care of your health. Have a nice
Thank
time.
you, sir. Pray for me, sir.
Okay, sure, the prayers will be with you. So now I'd like to call Mr. Atik Rahman. Are you there?
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
Mr. So, Mr. Atik, how was your day?
Yes, sir. I'm really amazing day today because I made today's first one in our TalentHut chairman,
Yes.
and you also. That's why using this day is really excellent, very amazing,
So, what do you
sir.
think? What do you think regarding today's topic? We are talking about the alternative of social medias. So, do you have any opinion regarding this? What do you think?
Definitely, I have lot of opinion for this because first of all, I just say one thing: it is impossible nowadays. We lack of social media, but we have tried to avoid for this. And most of peoples, not only in our same ages, all type of ages, peoples are totally involved in the social media. It's come the good habit, it's come the bad habit, some of the official, some of the negative impact coming for social items or social quantity in our social life. But then also it is continue to be ahead. So I have much information about that for avoid the social media. First of all, we have to decision making the plan. What we need to do. If we are spending too much time for the social media, so we have to avoid. But if we are, we can binding the limit. Then we just 1 hour or 20 minutes. Yes, yes. So if we are fixed at this time, then we can be get a good result for the social media. But if we are
I
totally
agree with
addicted
that.
like crazy,
Yes.
if we are totally addicted like crazy, then obviously, because best one thing is everything access anything is very bad. Any type of access,
Yeah,
like
definitely.
whatever is the good things, whatever is good things also, if you do the very good, because we know the milk is very good for our body nutrition. But if we are drink over, it is become
Yes.
poisoning in our body. So
Definitely, I
that's
agree
why
with
social
that.
media have sometimes beneficial also, but if we are using the too much like addicted, then it's come to bad effect in our personal life as well.
Acha,
Yes,
acha.
sir.
Okay. So, Mr. Atik, I would like to ask you. You were talking about the controlled use of social media, but is there any alternative? Suppose some people want to
Yeah,
give up their
definitely,
addiction.
definitely, sir. We have the many alternative for you. First of all, we have to avoid to take the social media in your bed. First of all, when we are going to the bed, that time just leave it this one side. Then you go to the bed. Then
Okay.
uh, you can sleep easily early. After that, if you take your phone or laptop, whatever, the smartphone, with your hand and sleeping, you cannot sleep early. So it's become the long. After that, you can
So,
sleeping
what can
up to
we do?
midnight. Then
Suppose
okay.
you are having a busy day. So, when you are trying to sleep, what can we do
Mhm.
except using mobile phone? What can we do in the bed?
Uh, Actually, is my opinion, we like to create our goals for ourselves. What type of goal I need to do? I need to minimize the time. What time? The certain time I need to the use. So definitely, I have to planning first, and I do something avoid. Go for sometime we can visit our family members. Go occasionally, trip, travels. Sometimes we can go with riding,
Yes,
then we can avoid fish, and sometimes we can fulfill our hobbies like fishing, camping, whatever. If you can go the picnic, then also you can
nice point. I agree
avoid
with
for
you
the
that
social
you can
media.
fulfill the
Yeah,
hobbies.
yeah.
Okay,
Sometimes if we are cannot fulfill our hobbies because of social media, is obviously so we lack out the social media, then we can fulfill the hobby.
yeah, definitely,
So
and
definitely, yeah, and try to join a book club like library you can join. So
yes,
if you join a book club, so sometime you can pass your time is important time, so you're reading books, then you can gain your own knowledge, and you can get your capacity for it, knowing many things also as well.
definitely. I agree with you on all the points, and I especially liked about the hobby part. So thank you, Mr. Atik, for sharing such
Yes,
important
sir.
insight regarding this topic, and I really enjoyed
Thank
talking
you,
with
sir.
you. Have a nice time. Enjoy the evening.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sir, thank you very much.
Okay, so for the next conversation or presentation, I'd like to invite. Okay, so Miss Sami, Miss Satya Sami, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us have a little conversation about this topic. So, do you want to present? Do you want to do presentation or do you want to have conversation?
Uh, I'm presenting. Sorry, sir. I prepared two of things. If you allow me, then I will present my presentation. And if you allow me to conversation with you, I am also go with that.
Okay, so you're ready for both of the things. So, as we are hearing conversation this long, so we would like to hear a presentation. I think so. You have got 3 to 4 minutes, and let's see what you have to say. Let's begin.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Today, my presentation topic name is the alternative way of social media. Now, I'm presenting some of those things uh, what we have to done to skip the social media. Now I start. The modern way of keeping in touch with through social media. The demand of social media has grown worldwide, and it has brought some significant change in our life. But now we see that social media being very addictive people and get obsessed about it. Sometimes people found in many time to check their device, and therefore many uh, many diseases are arise, like stress, anxiety, depression, and most common disease. We can see that it sleeplessness. It has also increased many crimes, and which is very harmful for general people. They do not they do which people do not have no idea about social media, and they are the crimers are easily cheat them. But when we skip it, we find a lot of things to do it. uh, we are doing a lot of we are doing many alternatives to avoid social media, like reading a book, then spend time with family and friends. But we have uh, our participants talking lot of things about alternative in social media. That's why I'm not elaborate it, but I'm uh, include one point which is very important for us. Everything have a good side and bad side. If you not control yourself to ignore bad side, so please don't use it. because social media is very toxic for those people who not control yourself. That's all.
Thank you for presenting your argument regarding this topic, and I really enjoyed the presentation. So, have you prepared it beforehand?
No, sir.
So, when did you prepare it today, or you prepared it in the last
Uh,
session after last session?
just in that time, I am preparing.
Okay, that's really good. And you talked about many perspectives, and that's quite good. Keep going, and hopefully, you'll do better. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, if you allow me, I am also going with conversation because I think this part is very beneficial for me. If you allow, time is
Uh, well,
consuming.
uh, a little one. After finishing the conversation, ঠিক
Okay,
আছে?
okay,
Definitely.
okay.
বাকিদের
Sure.
সাথে একটু কথা বলি, then definitely I will
Okay,
do it.
sure.
Okay. Okay. So for the next one, I would like to invite Mary ma'am. Are you there? Can you listen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mary ma'am. How was your day? Good evening.
My day is fine,
Was
sir.
my day was fine.
Yours?
My day was also good. So, ma'am, would you like to do presentation or conversation?
Conversation, sir.
Okay, that's
But
really wonderful.
my preparation is not so good.
It's okay. I'll help you with this. I will help you with the topic, and hopefully, we'll do a wonderful conversation. Don't worry about this. So, as we were talking before, that you don't use much, you don't use social media much, right?
Yes, sir.
So, what do you do in your free time? I'd like to ask that.
Yes, sir. Do I do the same thing every day, sir.
Suppose, like, when
And
I'm free,
watching
I'm
TV
yeah,
and watching TV and newspaper, sir.
watching TV and newspaper. So, you are addicted to
Especially
television.
political news. Political news. I like political news
Okay,
and
and it
reading books, sir. Reading
reading
books.
books.
Or every day I reading many kinds of books like Swami Vivekanand or Rabindranath Tagore.
Okay, so you are a big fan of literature.
Yes, sir.
Like to read.
And meditation is one of them. Mm, I every day I take meditation in a fixed time.
Okay, so how is meditation helping you? Staying away from social
My
media?
mind is no, sir. No, it is very helpful to me because my mind is calm down, and I also follow Swami Vivekanand. Meditation is better for health and good for health and uh, mind relaxing mind.
Okay,
It is relaxing
and
mind.
it is enabling you to focus on your tasks, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's
And
really good.
I join your class and busy with uh,
Studies.
I am learning also how to editing video
Oh,
because
that's a
I
new thing.
want yes, sir, because I want to be a content creator.
Wow, that's really
So I
wonderful.
try every day I'm trying.
I appreciate
To
that you are spending
editing.
your time in so many things, so many creative and productive things. This is a really good example who wants to give up social media. As you already mentioned that you don't use much social media, instead you meditate, you are learning you are learning video editing, you are joining the language club and your classes, you are learning every day. So you have
Yes,
meditative
sir.
process to keep your mind. I think it's a good solution. Meditation is a great thing to focus your mind, especially as social media made our minds socially and our mind is always distracted by social media. So thank you, ma'am, for sharing your opinions. And I got some
Okay.
exciting points from your view. Thank you. So now, Mr. Maidul.
Okay.
Mr. Maidul is waiting for a
Yes,
long
sir.
time. So, Mr. Maidul, how is your study going on?
sir. My study is going very well. Please pray for.
Okay, so your study is going very well. So, tell me, how much how social media is having effect on your studies? What is your honest opinion? আপনার পড়াশোনার উপরে সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া কতটা ইফেক্ট ফেলছে?
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, for social media affects in my study is very very bad. When I'm not starting my university class, I always use social media, but the habit is running, and it's very bad effect on my study right now. Yes, yes, sir. I am doing class on device, that means mobile, and always WhatsApp notification in other groups. So it disturbs me a lot. Actually, sir, at first we need to find out when we use social media. If it happened in our free time, I think then we can do physical exercise. Physical exercise is very important for our mind health and physical health. In addition, in our free time, we can go for a walk with my friends. And we can go ride bicycle with our friends, and it increase our correlations with our friends. Yes, sir, I don't understand your question. Please repeat your question. Yes, sir. Yes. But sir, at present, it is impossible without using social media to manage our everyday life, because I'm a student. Always I'm searching different kind of scholarship, topic related, subject related topic, and um, also many other students searching job. Social media is very important for students, as well as job holder, because they are searching different kind of new jobs. So without social media, we can manage our everyday life. In addition, Bangladeshi people don't don't read a newspaper. So for information gathering, social media is very good way. Sir, sir, is sir, it is a great example for me. I knew about TalentHut through social media. So yes, sir. So sir, we should use good side of social media, and we should refrain bad side of social media. Yes, Sir, we can come in home. Sir, sir, it is not only time spending. It is also our bad effect on our eyes in social media at night. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir, I can hear you. Yes, sir. My day was good, and for me, it was a lazy day because all the day I just sleep and watching movies. Because after a few days, like 6 or 7 days, I just got today free time. So that's why I just took rest. Yes. Actually, I'm not addicted to social media because I don't like to waste time. Because I already deactivated my Facebook account for
Wow.
last 15 days maybe. I'm just using Instagram just for 5 or 10 minutes a day, nothing more, because I think social media is a waste of time for me. Uh, Nothing more. Because at my age, I don't think social media is much more important that other pupils are using or other people are spending time on social media. I already start to I started to use some alternatives instead of social media.
Suppose, can you give some example? What are you using instead of social
Yes,
media?
I always reading books because from my childhood I am a book lover, and still every day read some books. And beside of this, I am a bike lover, so I always try to go for a ride or travel like this.
Wow, that's wonderful. So, how did you manage to give up the social media? I would like to ask, and that's the question. I think everybody wants to hear. How can they give up the social media like you did?
Uh, in my past ages or past years or a few months ago, I just thought that I am in which categories I spend too much time, or why I am spending my time. So I find out that in Facebook or other social medias, I am spending too much time. So I just made a a schedule. I can say it's a schedule for spending a productive value for time. So I thought that Facebook wasn't needed for me that time. So I thought if I can deactivate my Facebook account for 3 days, I want to see what will happen. So first time I just deactivate my account for 3 days. I thought that I maybe I need to activate it again, but after 3 days, I thought, I think that no, I don't need actually Facebook, so I
You can
didn't
live without
activate it.
Facebook.
Yes, yes, I can live without Facebook. So I'm just using messengers for my classes or my other school group or class group. Uh,
Okay.
just this, and sometimes I just check Instagram only for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, nothing more. I want to spend my time on some productive value things that's help me to success in my life in future.
So, Mr.
Yes.
Ronok, I think that you are much of an organized person, so that's why you were able to give up the temptation, and now you're spending a
Mhm.
good time in a productive way. So, thanks for sharing your journey. I really enjoyed, and actually, I'm quite affected by your journey. That definitely I will try to follow these steps, and those who are trying to follow these steps will be helpful, benefited from it. So, Mr. Tamjit raised his hand. So, Mr. Tamjit, do you want to say something?
Okay.
Yes, আমি স্যার নেক্সট স্যার বলতে চাচ্ছিলাম
Okay,
কনভারসেশন।
okay, okay, sure. So thank you, Mr. Ronok. I really enjoyed talking with you and enjoy the evening.
Okay, I also enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Okay. Join with us regularly and we'll enjoy more. We have times to go, ways to go.
Yes,
So,
I
def-
will try, inshallah.
inshallah. So, Mr. Tamjit, tell me.
Yes, sir. I would like to conversation with you, sir, about
That
this sort of topic.
that's really good to hear. So, is there any fan running on your background?
Yes, sir. I just switch off.
Okay, so it's the winter season almost. You are still running fan.
Because
Okay.
there was just so much noise outside my home.
Okay,
That's
okay.
why I just
Added one more
uh,
noise to the party,
reduce that
right?
outside noise.
Okay, sometimes it happens, but actually adds to more noises anyway. So, Mr. Tamjid, I would like to ask you: uh, have you ever thought of giving up social media?
Yeah, actually, in past 2 or 3 weeks, I just deactivate my Facebook account, and it's feel good for me because I'm too much free time to do anything whatever I want.
So,
And
what did you do in this free time? Suppose it was a habit, right? Using social media was a habit for you.
yeah,
So, what
yes,
did you
sir.
do in that time?
In that time, I didn't properly quit that social media. Beside, I use Instagram, WhatsApp, or alternative of Facebook, just because of some formal hi hello with some people. And most of the time, I try to explain with some YouTube video which about related English learning, and most of the time I try to follow the BBC English learning YouTube channel.
Okay, so you were trying to learn something, like you were
Yeah.
using your time in a productive way. So, was it hard to resist the temptation of Facebook?
First 1 or 2 days it's too much hard for me because in whenever I took my phone, I just unlock my phone and go the and just opened the Facebook app, and there was a habit that in the morning when I woke up from sleep, I just took my phone and just go for Facebook, but
Scrolling the news feeds,
if just scrolling, nothing, do nothing, just uh,
aimless scrolling.
uh, endless scrolling. And the most funny thing is that when I deactivate my Facebook account, the next day when I woke up, and I just took my phone and habitually I just opened the search the Facebook app, but there is no Facebook app because I uninstalled this.
So what happened then?
Then I just woke up and text and I think I do the right thing by deactivate Facebook account because I have much time than be, than before, uh, and it's 1 or 2 days. It's quite. I It seems like that it's quite impossible, but
Yes,
after 2 days, it's okay. We can just
survive without it.
survive without it. It's not necessary like oxygen.
Yes, yes. But it feels like an addiction. Like you, if you're used to something, and someone,
Yeah.
as you mentioned already, whenever you open unlock the phone, You look for the Facebook to scroll.
Yes, sir. Whenever I just go for some informative news or do some group or enter some group just for information, but I totally forgot about the information. Whenever I
Yeah,
just
definitely.
saw the news feed and started the endless scrolling, sir.
It made you forget the task you were trying to achieve. So that's really
Yes, sir.
good. And also, you can do the same thing as Mr. Ronak. That Mr. Ronak is using his social media only in the form of messenger, not using Facebook, but he's using the
No,
messenger
no,
to
no.
communicate.
Messenger is also too much addictive, sir.
Too much noise, notifications coming in,
Too much.
messages, group
Yes,
group messages.
uh,
As you
especially
have,
group messages.
yes, as you have already completed your graduation, I think you have not that much need for academic purposes. So I
Yes,
think it's good. As you are
yes,
using
sir.
Skype as an
Uh,
alternative, it's more
but
important
there
that
are
using Skype.
also good things about Facebook. Like in 11th November, I just opened my Facebook account for 10 to 15 minutes because of searching for blood
Okay.
for my aunt, uh, and I somehow I can manage some of my seniors, and they were helped me too much to search that type of specific blood group, and
Yes.
after that I just deactivated my Facebook account.
Well, that's a point I cannot ignore. And that's a good thing.
Yes, sir.
So, yes, yes, we have to, but don't, as I mentioned earlier, don't let Facebook control you. You use Facebook. Don't let Facebook use you.
You,
That would be my opinion for the day. So, thank you, Mr. Tamjit, for sharing your opinions. And I really enjoyed talking with you and wishing you have a nice time. Take care.
thank you, sir.
Okay, Mr. Ronok, you raised your hand. Tell me. Mr. Ronok হাত তুলেছিলেন I think made a mistake নাকি
Yes, sir.
হ্যাঁ কিছু বলার
No,
আছে
no, not a mistake. Yes,
বলুন
sir. Actually, it was a good conversation with you. So I want to talk with you more. If already been talked already, then I can talk with you again if you want.
well then I will have a three-way conversation with you after finishing with I think Rizia Konamam is left so let me have a talk with her after that
Okay.
Sami ma'am also wants to join the conversation so let's have a three-way conversation after that okay
Okay. 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 That will be good.
okay so
Okay.
Rizia Konamam are you there শুনতে পাচ্ছেন
Uh, yes, sir.
so have you heard the conversations
Yes, sir.
okay so tell me how much are you addicted to social media such as Facebook Instagram and other
Uh, yeah, so much addicted I am. Uh, Sometimes social media uh, endless scrolling uh, is mm,
and
oh,
after doing endless scrolling suddenly you realize that you're just wasting your time doing nothing right
yes, sir.
so have you ever questioned yourself why do you use Facebook
Sometimes I use Facebook because I am connected lots of lots of business group. That's why, and also also my educational group. That time I connect with Facebook, and sometimes I'm also addicted on social media because it's a pandemic situation. Our we cannot anything. We cannot anything. So that time we addicted more on social media.
So
So, do you think COVID played a vital role in making people more addicted to social media?
actually not, but mm, it's more sometimes some people that time is in COVID situation. Some people, uh, I think some people more addicted of Facebook, Instagram, and sometime uh, uh, online work. That time. Uh, I think that time addicted some people social media.
Yeah, definitely. So, what do you think is the alternative to social media? Suppose if you want to give up social media or reduce the time, what would you suggest to do in that free time?
Well, uh, I have a hobbies. I have hobbies like traveling, gardening, sometime something to do, uh, uh, creative blog, connect with creative blog. Uh, so that time I think it could alternative on social media, we can travel with some new places, or we can gossip with our friends or families, and also connect with social work, hang out with friends. So that's why that time I think it more effective for us, because it is it is grow up with our productivity.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. And I think if we, as you mentioned before, you were planning for gardening, reading books, gossiping with friends. I think if you use your time productively and creatively, we can definitely optimize and utilize the time provided for social media. So thank you, ma'am,
Yes,
for
sir.
sharing your opinions. I really enjoyed talking with you. I would love to talk with you more, but the time is running short. So thank you and have a nice time.
Okay,
Take
thank you,
care.
sir.
Okay, so Mr. Ronak and Miss Sami, please turn on your mic and let's have a little chit chat with you regarding this topic. So tell
Sir,
me,
can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you. Mr. Ronak suggested that to Miss Sami that he gave up social media entirely, and you think social media should be used for controlled or good purposes only. So, can you do a small debate? I'd love you to join.
Yes, sir. First of all, I want to say, uh, it's
Hello?
Sami, you want to talk?
Sir,
Sir,
I don't hear Ron Islam.
Okay, Mr.
Oh,
Ronak is
you want,
talking. Yes, I'm talking. He's saying that if you want to talk, you can continue.
Yeah, it will be more fun.
It will be more fun giving up social media entirely.
Sorry, sir. I just saying that for Raunakul Islam, and my topic was debating something you would say that. That's why I said it's will be more
Okay,
fun.
so you have to do it fast because you have 3 minutes exact. Yes, Rizia Kona, you raise your hand. You want to say something?
So can you
At,
join this conversation?
can you or me?
Can me, sorry, sir.
I
Can
can I?
me.
I was
Can
just as
you can you
confused
can.
because I yeah sure definitely. So
Uh,
আচ্ছা তাহলে বাকিদের এই ক্ষেত্রে বলে দিই
sir,
যাদের রাত হয়ে যাচ্ছে ছুটি নিয়ে নিতে পারেন সমস্যা নেই we'll continue a little bit
Okay,
more
sir.
okay ঠিক আছে good night বাকিদেরকে
Allah
good
Hafiz.
night বলে দিই okay take care so now continue Rizia
sir,
Kona Atia Sami
I don't understand your question. Please repeat.
well I asked you that we're going to hold a debate suppose like a small debate so You say that social media should be used for good purposes and it should not be entirely given up. But Mr. Ronald is already gave up the has already gave up the social media, so he thinks differently. So you can debate among you regarding this topic.
Yes. At first, I want to talk something about when I was born at 1996. At that time, there was no social media in Bangladesh. Uh, but uh, at a time like 2006 or 7, that time, for the first time, social media came on Bangladesh. And before 2006 or 7, we boys used to play many games, even cricket, football.
Badminton.
We go for swimming. We went for swimming or many other things. But at a time when social media is more popular in our country, we for me it was very it had a very bad effect on me, because I didn't find anyone to play with me, like cricket, football. We need more players. So at a time, I feel very bad for my ages pupils, or for at this ages pupils. So I think that we should use something physically for our
Physical
body.
activity, yes.
Yes, physical activity. So, from my childhood, I already said that I am a book lover. I am a person of doing adventures. So many adventures I like. So that's why I don't think social media is very good for this kind of things, and that's why I don't like social media very much. Just for some reasons, we have to use it. Like we are now talking or debating, or we are now have a class in Skype, so we
So
need it.
only for the
But
necessary purposes.
only for the necessary purpose. Obviously, it's a good thing, or good side for social media. But I think it's more bad effects for Bangladeshi pupils or Bangladeshi students. It's a very bad social
Impact.
media.
So, Mr. Ronald,
Yes.
thank you. Now, let's hear the opinion from Miss Sami. What do you think about this? He said that it is having a great the negative impact on our students. So, do you agree with that?
I am not fully agree with Raunak Bhaiya because uh, as I said in my presentation, I think I said that if you control yourself, then use social media. And
Mhm.
if your control power is not your hand, please don't use it because it's really harmful. Sometimes we spend lots of time in Facebook and we are obsessed with it. It's really harsh. But if I uh, look advantage in social media is that sometimes we have find many authentic product. Nowadays it's very popular, find lots of authentic pages, which is very important for us. And if we save our time, then we are easily anything buying in social media.
So, Miss Sami,
Online.
let me interrupt for a little bit. Do you have any online business?
Of course
Just
not, sir. Sir, I
curiosity.
am
Well,
understand, sir. I'm I am shopaholic in online. I'm
yes, yes.
basically sometimes I am usually buying lots of things in online and finding authentic product.
So
That's why
have you
uh,
ever been deceived by the social media products? Suppose you have chosen
no,
some
sir.
product from Facebook and you got deceived. Did it ever happen?
Uh, no, sir. It not happened to me. I'm finding authentic page and product product is also good, and that's quality, and they maintain their quality also. So
Okay, so you're good at finding good things
in
at
this
Facebook.
purpose, yeah, and if I also include some essential points that in my childhood, I am not using in my Facebook in my childhood. I'm also using Facebook in 2015, and that time I'm a lot. I am wasting my time, lot wasting my time. But when I understand it, uh, it's harmful for me. Then I am uh, little কমিয়ে দিয়েছি.
I have
Uh,
reduced my uses.
yeah. I have reduced my uses. So, and I think uh, my control is very well in that purpose.
Okay,
So
so your point is
uh,
self control is
it has
necessary for using
also,
social media.
yes.
Okay.
Self control is necessary for us,
Okay,
and
so thank
uh,
you. No, now,
sometimes it also really helpful.
yes. So now let's move on to Regia Corner. So we have already got two of the points that Miss Sami pointed out that self control is necessary for social media. Otherwise, you don't need to. You don't have the need to use it. And Mr. Ronak said that yes, we can use it for good purposes, but giving up is not a bad idea. So Miss Regia Corner, tell me what is your opinion? Please turn on the mic. Microphone on করতে হবে. Hello, Miss Corner. আপনি শুনতে পাচ্ছেন? Okay, unfortunately, Miss Corner may be not available.
I
Okay.
I think she is busy in something.
No. She just turned on her mic and she turned off again. I think she got stuck in loop. So Miss Sami একবার চেপে Miss Rijia Kona একবার চাপলেই হবে I think. It will be good.